Let me guess, you showed up early to this video, didn't you? Because if there's one thing perfectionists are good at, it's showing up on time and checking all the boxes and color coding our calendars and making sure everything looks just right before we hit post. Hi, I'm Coach Jen, and I'm a recovering perfectionist. And today, we're going to talk about why your need to be perfect is actually the thing keeping you stuck, overwhelmed, and exhausted. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why your brain won't let you relax and how to stop overthinking everything so you actually enjoy your life again. Here's the truth bomb. Perfectionism isn't what we think. It's not about having high standards. It's about being a control freak. There, I said it. And before you click away thinking, well, what's wrong with wanting things done right? Let me explain what perfectionism actually is. Perfectionism is externally focused. It's about how others perceive us. It's that voice in your head saying, I gotta do it right. I gotta show up right. I need to get the A. I need my boss to think I'm amazing. I need everyone to think I have it together. It's a method of self-protection. If I'm perfect, I have nothing to feel ashamed of. If I just do it all right, nobody will know something's wrong with me. Sound familiar? The problem is, and here's the kicker, perfection doesn't exist. You're chasing a myth. And that pursuit is costing you your peace, your joy, and probably your sanity. But here's the real problem that people don't realize about perfectionism, and this is where it gets really interesting. Perfectionism often shows up as comparison. We're constantly looking at what everyone else is doing, especially in the age of social media. Maybe it's celebrities, maybe it's your friends, your colleagues, your sister, who seems to have her life together, and we think, I need to do better, be better, look like that, have that house, have that body, have that career. It becomes this exhausting cycle of self-defeat. Because here's the thing, we're trying to uphold a perfect image that doesn't exist, and that takes a ton of mental energy. Not only mental energy, but constant self-judgment and constant berating of ourselves. Let me ask you this. Are you tired? Because if you're a perfectionist, you're probably exhausted. Here are the 4 signs you might be one. 1. You fall apart when the tiniest thing goes wrong. 1 critique at work, 1 missed appointment, your whole day is ruined, you spiral. 2. You're a people pleaser. You say yes to everything at the expense of yourself because you need that external validation. You're making everyone else happy while you're running on empty. 3. You're results-oriented to a fault. You're focused on that finish line, checking boxes, but you're not thinking about the journey at all. You're waiting to be happy when you achieve the thing. Spoiler alert, you never get there. 4. You're highly self-critical. The voice in your head, she's mean, really mean, and she never shuts up. If you're nodding along thinking, yep, that's me, welcome to the club. Most of us are card-carrying members. If this is hitting close to home, pause for a second and grab the free guide linked below. It helps quiet that inner critic so you're not beating yourself up all day. You don't need to fix everything, just start there. So here's what perfectionism actually leads to, and I bet you've experienced at least one of these. What perfectionism really gets you overwhelmed. If you're stuck, spinning your wheels, paralyzed, not starting. That's perfectionism. You're so overwhelmed by needing to do it right that you don't do anything at all. The start-stop cycle. You start something, it goes sideways for 1 second, and you think, see, I can't do it right, forget it, and you quit. Over and over. Unfinished projects everywhere, because if you can't do it perfectly, what's the point? Procrastination. We put things off until Monday. Forever. Or, here's the even sneakier one, you waste time on little details that don't matter. You're busy making your website pretty when you're not actually selling to anyone. You're organizing your pantry when you're avoiding the hard conversation. You're perfecting the outline when you're not writing the book. It feels like you're doing something, but you're avoiding the thing that actually matters and moves the needle. Later, I'm going to show you the exact mindset shift my clients use to break this pattern permanently, not just understand it. Here's the crazy part. Perfectionism is just fear of failure in lipstick. It's your brain saying, if I do everything right, I won't fail, I won't be judged, nobody will know I'm broken. Except you're not broken, and the pursuit of perfect is what's actually breaking you. So what's the solution? How do we actually stop this cycle? Stay with me, because this is where everything shifts. The antidote, the good enough. Here's the antidote, and it's so simple it's almost offensive. A good enough mindset. That's it. That's the secret. I want you to start embracing good enough in all areas of your life. Not perfection, not an A. Not even a B+, just good enough. But Jen, you're thinking, that sounds like settling. That sounds like mediocrity. No, let me tell you what good enough actually looks like. Good enough recognizes that something is better than nothing. If I walk for 15 minutes instead of not going to the gym at all, that's something, and it's better than nothing. If I take the stairs instead of the elevator, that's movement. It counts. If I send the email that's good enough instead of rewriting it 17 times, that's progress. If I post the picture with the unflattering angle where I don't look like a supermodel, that's courage and freedom. Good enough focuses on the journey, not the destination. It focuses on self-growth, self-care, and the present moment, not the final result or getting it right. You've all heard of the 80-20 rule. You make better choices 80% of the time because you're human, and 100% is unreachable. 80% means you still get results without hating your life. Here's the beautiful thing about good enough. When you give yourself permission to be good enough, you actually do more. You're not paralyzed. You're not overwhelmed. You're taking action, and action is what creates results, not perfection. Now, there's one more crucial piece to this puzzle, and it's probably the most important thing I'll say today. Perfectionism is really just fear of failure in disguise. So what if we stopped treating failure like a threat? Here's the truth no one tells you. You cannot grow without failing. Period. Everything you've ever learned involved messing up first. Walking, riding a bike, your career, your relationships. Failure isn't the problem. Avoiding it is. So instead of asking, how do I do this perfectly? Try asking, what can I learn if this doesn't go as planned? Here's what failing forward actually looks like. You try something new and it flops. You get feedback, you have a setback, you get clarity, you miss a workout, you get curious instead of cruel, you take action before you feel ready, you build confidence. When failure isn't scary anymore, you stop playing small, you stop waiting, you stop overthinking. And that's when things start moving. Failing forward is a muscle, and it starts with letting good enough be enough. So here's your takeaway today. Your inner perfectionist has one job: to find fault. She's trying to protect you, but she's actually keeping you stuck. Perfectionism leads you away from your goals, not toward them. Drop a comment below and tell me, where are you going to practice good enough this week? I want to know. If you're tired of fighting your own brain and ready to stop letting perfectionism run your life, my Mindset Mastery course walks you step by step through rewiring patterns like this. Not with motivation, but with tools that actually stick.